Hello world, I'm LJ and this is LJ Goes Sweden. Today it's time for Tesla versus ice. I have struggled already a lot of times making it up. It is ice that is not so well maintained with salt or gravel, unfortunately. I just want to show you with my drone today. I'm gonna drive up and down to the garage a few times to see the difference between standard driving and with slip start. And in the end, I'm gonna drive down the main part to the main road, which is the steepest. I don't know about getting up there. Guys, I'm actually scared because this is really a problem. The drone is set. First all in the normal settings. I am in chill. Let's go. This is already one of the things I don't like here. You have this sharp turn to make. And if it's slippery, you already see that you cannot make this in one turn basically without sliding into one of the sides. Oh. Yeah, I already hit that one. And now we're just gonna drive down here. Okay, it is actually pretty stable for right now. I would have expected more sliding downwards. Okay guys, as you can see, my car is not straight because there's not so much space going backward to straighten out before it goes down a bit steeper. So I just want to try it now on this side and we're gonna see how much is it going. Because we have minus 13 degrees actually right now and I have no idea how it goes. But I have to say, it feels pretty good. It was way worse the first time. Now we have the first little hill, no problem. That's the thing, every time I make a YouTube video, the car seems like it's perfectly fine, but when I turn off all the cameras, the car is really sliding to the side and I just want to show you reality. But now the conditions are maybe good enough again that it works driving up here. Like what? Guys, I wanted to show you reality and it's not working. Let's turn around again and now we're gonna drive down here with slip start. The problem is, of course, actually I was hoping that we have like a real scenario that we can see when I need slip start and when I don't need slip start. But apparently the weather is good today, at least for this part. But we're gonna try out the other one right after I have driven up here now again. Let's activate slip start. So now similar thing. Let's see if we have any difference driving this part down here. But I don't think there's a difference. Okay, let's try it out now with the slip start mode to see if there's a difference at least uphill, because that is of course the more challenging thing than driving downhill. I think you're gonna see it probably better in the camera if there are tires maybe slightly spinning through. But also this, no problem. Okay, so this section of the road is no problem when the road is clear and we have no snow. I only had problems when we had this type of road situations and then on top somewhat fresh snow, because then no chance. Also the amount of snow, remember last week's video where it was like, I don't know, 10-15 centimeters. It was at least a bit too much to go under the car, so the battery was sometimes like sliding over the snow so that you can see like dirty spots. That on ice did not work and I wanted to show it to you, but at least up here it did not work. Okay guys, I am now on top of the steep part of the driveway. Downwards is possible. And you're also gonna see at the bottom you have gravel. So with some momentum, I think it's possible to make like the steepest part of the hill. But everything else, we don't know. Normal settings and then again with slip start. But first let's drive down. I think that won't make any difference. So we have the normal mode. Let's see how much sliding we have, because this is the thing that I struggled the most, because that is what I always have to pass to get up here. I'm not touching the steering wheel, we're sliding a bit. I can actually see a bit gravel there and there. So going down is better than it was last week. Definitely. So now let's see. I'm not touching the steering wheel, yeah, we're getting down. And down here we have ice. So now let's see if I can turn around without blocking anyone. Okay guys, are you ready? Normal settings, driving up. I'm gonna try to turn around a bit so that we can straighten the car as much as possible. Let's see how much we can do that. Because usually I really had to take momentum to drive up here. Now let's see how it goes. Yeah. Car is struggling, but it's working its way up. Nope. We have always some slopes, but we made it. We made it. Wow. Scary feeling again, but it worked. That is already a good sign, because that means that I can make it up here with the current conditions. It's supposed to snow tomorrow again, but I hope you could see it in the drone footage, that the car was sliding and not reacting for a certain moment, but then it got grip because there was gravel on the road. If there's no gravel, no chance that this is gonna work. Also, one thing I have to say is, man, I love this auto shifting, but it doesn't work all the time, unfortunately. But the times it works, I have to say I love it. So now let's repeat the same thing with slip start. I don't know if it does make a difference down here, but we will see. Here we go. You see, I'm sliding. I haven't pressed the brake or the accelerator. So sliding there, and now I'm sliding. I don't do anything. The car just decided to roll. Oops. Until I made it down here. Yeah, there's a car coming. So let's turn around. But I really have to say, the gravel that you see down there, like those dark spots, if they would have not been put there, no chance. At least my guess, or if, then only with like the gravel from the main road, that is enough. So now I also put it in standard, because that is of course like how a normal car would probably work. But here we go. Slip start activated. Let's see if there's a difference and if it's better or worse. I'm stuck. I'm going back down. You see it, guys? Let's repeat it. But this is exactly what I mean, that with not enough speed, you really have a problem making it up here. And I see how my car made ice. So I'm gonna do a bit more speed, because the first part is definitely like the difficult one. And once it reached over that, but the car's not feeling stable. It's like sliding the whole time. So it works. Thanks to the gravel down there, because once I made it over this initial dip, no problem. But in this case, slip start was actually making this whole situation worse than the normal settings. That is definitely something that I will learn from the videos, and maybe it also helps you thinking about situations, at least like this. Slip start is really only better, also from the feeling that I have, if you have snow on top, because then the car needs to grab through the snow. That's also actually what Tesla says. It says, help free the car stuck in snow, sand or mud. It doesn't say anything to make it better in ice. Okay guys, there you have it. The ice tests are done now. I'm gonna do my grocery stuff now and my ice bathing, and then when I'm back, I'm gonna talk to you inside the house about the situations that happened where this car was not able to make it. Okay guys, I made it back inside. It took me 2 tries though with normal driving mode to get back up there. So it is really, really important to have some momentum, but of course don't overdo it, because if you don't have traction on the ice, you're gonna just slide through on the different sides. But okay, I want to talk about 2 situations that have occurred with this car, during 2 different days. First of all, last Sunday, so when I was actually planning to release the video that now came out on Wednesday, if you check out the video, you know how much snow was laying on this whole road down to the main road. And that was the condition I was driving my car. So I was defreezing, I cleaned up all the snow, and when I was driving downhill with the snow on top of ice, I was just sliding the whole time. I fully pressed the brake. It was basically like winter sport, you know, like you're just sliding down and you're trying to be fast and there's no option like of turning. The car was basically just forced by gravity down to the main road. When I was then at the supercharger, I saw that this whole ventilation thing in the front of the car was filled with snow. So I cleaned that up, but it was higher than the ground clearance at least. And because of this situation, I already knew that I'm not gonna make it up. So I was texting my landlord and said, hey, I probably need some help. And now I have the contact information for the people maintaining the road, but back then I did not have that. So I came back from my grocery tour and ice bathing, and I tried to drive up there, but nothing was made. So the problem was basically the main road was cleaned by the snowplow, but the snowplow puts like even further snow amounts on the entrance where I came down before. I tried driving up, but the problem was that there was not enough space to straighten out the car towards the hill. First of all, because like the road was just not big enough. And second of all, every time I entered the area where the snow was not plowed, the car lost traction. No matter if slip start activated or not, I had more success with slip start, definitely, but I couldn't make it over this initial dip that you saw in the video. So I had to park my car on the main road until they came to get rid of the snow. And then I also had a lot of luck. It took me again a few tries because there was no gravel thrown yet. It was just getting rid of the snow. There was such a ice layer that made it basically impossible to get up there without struggling. So I really think this is a problem that every car would have went through. Of course, I just wish I had like an all-wheel drive Tesla to compare the stuff with, but I don't. And also same thing, I wish I had spike tires in this situation, because I think the combination of spike tires and all-wheel drive would have made it easier, but I don't think it would just be easy going uphill. That was the first situation. Second situation was actually the way to the garage, and that was last Thursday. We had snowfall over the night, and the morning hours we had rainfall. And I tried driving up there, but again, the snow was not as high as before, so it was like 10 centimeters. But I totally overworked the car. And the scariest thing that happened during that time was actually, because you're like getting stuck somewhat, you're driving like forward, backward. and the car puts itself in the parking position if it doesn't like what you're doing. But if you still say like, hey, I still want to continue, the car gave me the error message, pull over immediately. Exiting the car might clear the error. It was the torque intervention error. I include the error message somewhere here. But of course, this is the most scariest thought that you have, because it is a red pop-up. It's not going away until you leave the car. And I hope I understood it correct, but it seems like the car gave me this error message because it is trying to stop you from overworking the motors so that they don't overheat. I think that is what I understand from the error message. If you have more knowledge, let me know down in the comments. But I think it was caused due to the fact that I was kind of stuck and I always went forward, backward without having much chance. Tires were really spinning through. But these were the situations. So if you're living far abroad from main roads without a lot of cleaning, I really don't recommend you driving through fresh snow or deep snow if you don't have to. Yeah, that's at least my knowledge with the rear-wheel drive version. I think with the all-wheel drive, you still have problems because of the ground clearance. With the Model Y, you have a few centimeters more. That might already help, but that is the learning that I made from living here with a bit of an incline and also not so good maintenance all the time. But enough said, guys. This was the ice hill video. I might redo this test with a lot of snow, but I actually don't like this feeling. But just trust me, it is not fun going through deep snow with the car. But enough said, I hope you had a wonderful day. We're gonna see each other back in the next video. But until then, guys, have a good day and Merry Christmas. Bye bye.